Welcome, guys, on YouTube that are following us, subscribe to us. Welcome to another episode of Kaught Talking Show here. And before we start, we're going to hear from our sponsor. All right, now we're back. We have our special guest today, Jerry.
Correct.
Nice for coming in here. Welcome to Kaught Talking Show.
My pleasure. My pleasure being here. Most people call me Southside Jerry when I'm performing, but when I'm just being an everyday guy on the street, it's Jerry Mellix. But,
all right.
So you feel free to call me Jerry or whatever. What's the Spanish word for Jerry? Geraldo?
Jerry?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Names are very tricky sometimes.
Okay.
But go ahead. You can tell us about yourself, Jerry.
Well, first of all, I want to let anyone know that's watching that this is a really excellent barbershop. They do more than just cut hair and BS with you. They actually do a good job on shaving. I was looking for barbershops in Bonita Springs, where I live at, and believe it or not, I couldn't find anybody that knew how to do a shave with a razor till I got here. So now, for a minute, I'm going to ask you a question. How long you guys been in the business?
We opened the barbershop in 2021.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's been a couple years now.
Okay. Well, you do things out here. I thought you've been doing it for, since you was 19 or something, man.
Well, we actually started when we were younger. When we came here in 2004, we would just bought a clipper from Walmart. So it's like cheap clipper, doesn't it do the job at that point. So we just ourselves just cutting our hair, which is, in reality, it probably not perfect, or it wasn't that great of a haircut, but at least it cut some hair off, and that's what we need at that point.
I can understand that. That's the same way in the entertainment business. You got to start out somehow.
Yes. And
most often you do the cheapest pieces of equipment that you can find, and you learn trial and error. I'm 77 years old now, and I've been doing this ever since I was 15. I used to lie about my age, because back then I used to be able to get a mustache, and I could pass for 18. But and some places I had to have one of the guys in the band forge my father's signature so that I could leave school early.
Wow, that's interesting.
But
and when do you got into the music?
My first professional gig was my prom. I graduated from high school in 1965. And I started getting paid to play, and I got paid to pay my own prom. It didn't make my girlfriend happy, but that's okay. I have no idea where she's at anymore, so it doesn't really matter. But entertainment has really been good to me. I'm not famous and I'm not rich, but I have a daughter that's 50 years old now, and she wanted to go to medical school, so I had to go get a real job, and I did. I worked for the post office for 35 years. In the meantime, between my days off or whatever, I would either play gigs or take trips on the road. I've been to New Orleans and Las Vegas quite a few times to do gigs and come back. It's not like it used to be back in the 50s, whenever entertainers would go out and play 7 days a week. When I started doing it on the road, it was just doing weekends, So I was able to get along, and like I said before, entertainment slowly but surely helped me get by. I was able to come down here and buy a home, and I love it down here. I'm from Pittsburgh, PA, by the way.
Okay, I was going to ask you.
Yeah. I just realized when I said down here, you didn't know where you come from. Okay.
So what bring you to this area, to Southwest Florida?
Me and my lady first came to Florida about 3 years ago, I think it was, right before COVID, and we were down in visiting friends down in Florida Keys and some place called Marathon. That's down there too somewhere. Anyway, so we thought that we would look around, and right after COVID, we came and stayed for for 6 weeks at a we rented a double wide trailer home up in Fort Myer, and we stayed there and we loved it. Little did I know that after we moved out of there, the following year they had that hurricane, and the place we stayed at was flooded. If we had bought there, we would be out of a house right now. So I'm very fortunate that didn't happen to us.
You play instrument, right? Which one you played?
Well, I primarily play the saxophone, the tenor sax, but I have an alto saxophone, a soprano, and a baritone sax, and I have a flute. And depending upon the gig, I will use them. But fortunately for me, I can get away with just using the tenor sax. But there were some jobs I played in the past where I was playing behind recording artists from the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and they required that there was a baritone saxophone solo or tenor sax solo or something like that. And then I had to bring all my stuff. It looked like I was going to go to war. I had 4 or 5 instruments on stage with me just to do one song, but they were paying good money. So you try to give, the person that hires you, you try to give them always the best that you can, but whenever you can, bring all that you need to do the job so they'll be happy with whatever you do.
And now playing the flute, if you know how to play the flute, would it be easier to play the saxophone and everything else to follow?
No, because I still haven't really learned properly how to play the flute. The flute has quite a few octaves on it. I'm really good at the low octave and in the middle. When it gets a little higher, my lip from playing saxophones for so many years doesn't allow me to get the flute sound that I really want. So, but I play it every now and then just to give it a little bit of flavor. Like you put salt and pepper on some food. Yes. I put a little bit of flute, a little bit of on a tune.
There you go.
And people think you play, and I don't. I'll be honest. I think I'm a better singer than I am a flute player.
You can sing too.
Yeah, I do. I have some stuff. I have a couple CDs out that one under my own name, Southside Jerry, which is no longer for sale. And I've recorded with a lot of different bands out of Pittsburgh, out of the tri-state area, Pennsylvania rather, West Virginia, and out of Ohio.
And now, for people that are watching, where they can go to either hear you out or buy the CDs, the album, songs?
They really can't buy any of my CDs anymore. But the CDs I have recorded with other people, they may be able to purchase. The last one I recorded was 3 years ago in Pittsburgh. It was by a group called The Holidays. The Holidays were 4-man front with a 5-piece band behind them. And these weren't the original Holidays from the 1960s, but this was a guy who bought the name, and that's how you able to use the name of the Holidays. There are a lot of bands out there that try to use the name and get sued. So to keep that from happening, he bought the rights to the name. Mm-hmm. And the Holidays didn't have any major hits, but they had a few, what they call geographical, eastern side of the United States was pretty popular. They could have been more popular, but they sounded too much like a group from Pittsburgh called the Skyliners, and their voices were so much like the Skyliners. They wasn't able to get any kind of support from from their fans, But that's the last thing I have. It used to be that you can go to music stores and they would sell CDs or albums and 45s. Okay, in case you guys don't know, 45 is a little small.
Yeah, please explain.
Yeah, I didn't know what 45 is.
No,
so go ahead.
Look on YouTube for what a 45 looks like, and you'll know what I'm talking about. 45s were smaller than albums. And at one time, I used to have a couple hundred albums and 45s, but when I moved down here, I was told I had to get rid of some of that stuff because she said there's no room in the house for it. And when she says stuff, you listen.
Yes, that's the way to go.
Well, you know that little saying, happy wife, happy life.
That's right.
Even though she's not my wife, but she might as well be. Eventually, put up with me for 22 years.
Look, wow. That's very nice.
I'm very happy to say that in September 10th, I leave the States to travel to Tokyo, Japan,
Oh, wow.
Wow.
to play for. Well, I have a 10-day date, and in that 10 days I have 6 performances, and most of them are going to be just an hour and a half show where they provide the band, and I will just be featured artist from America.
Oh, nice.
And the genre that we'll be playing will be blues and a little bit of jazz, mostly blues though, because the Japanese people that I can see are really into R&B and blues. They love it over there. I think they play it in a lot of cases better than what we do here. What I've been finding a lot here in Florida is guys call themselves blues players, but they really are classic rock or just hard rock players playing blues changes, 1-4-5. So, but I'm still looking to find a band that could use a horn player that's old, fat, and one leg and bad ears and can't have C. So if you hear anybody looking for someone for a horn player, let me know.
Did you be in Japan before, or this is your first time?
Yeah, this is my third trip. Last time I was there was before COVID. When I first went there, I went there on my own ticket. I paid for everything, the hotel, all that stuff, just so I get myself known and to show what I can do. I came back the second time about 2 years later, and they paid my way. Because of COVID, and this is what's going on in America that I can see. A lot of the club owners, either they are or they're faking it. I can't tell. That COVID, kind of ruined their income, so they don't have the money like they had before COVID for the expense of the flight over and the hotel room and paying for my what do you call it, interpreter and everything. So they're flying me over. I have to pay myself to go home, but they're putting me in a nice hotel, and it'll be on their ticket. So that's only because people forget about you after a while. I haven't been to Tokyo for 5 years, and I don't know how it is in the barbershop business. But if you don't advertise or put your name out there often enough, people forget about you. It's a hustle that you got to keep at, forever till you're done. So that's what's happening up next for me. I'm not a fan of flying that long distance, but that's 18 hours on the flight. So I'd spend the whole. At least
you're going to Tokyo.
Yeah.
What other places do you been? What other places besides Japan?
I been to Mexico.
From Mexico.
Yeah, let me tell you.
Memory.
Yeah. I was playing at a resort. It was where everything's all inclusive and everything, and I wasn't aware that it was a topless beach. No one told me. So I'm walking down in my shorts and everything, in my swim trunks and everything. I'm looking around. I'm thinking, oh my, what? I didn't know what to do. So that was a fun trip. But I had my most fun I had was playing in the casinos up in Las Vegas, but in Las Vegas and other parts of Nevada. I don't know what it's like to play in New York, but I definitely tell you that playing in Las Vegas back then was a blast. The people you met, just the fun times you had on and off the stage, the way they partied and all. It was crazy. I loved it. But it's not that way anymore. Same thing with New Orleans. I used to play on Bourbon Street and play with a couple of bands down there, and I would go there, on my vacation time from the post office. I made more money getting tips than I was when I was, than getting paid for the gig. So that was a good place to be. They have a tip jars here in Florida, but I don't think I can make that kind of money that they made in New Orleans because it was always transit people coming in and going on, people there on vacation.
So how do they do in New Orleans? How do you get so much tip? You put like a bucket there?
Yeah, you get like that that candy dish you have over there.
And people
put money in it. You you have to remind them every now and then. Don't forget the tip jar. If you like the waitresses, put money in the tip jar. Even it was good money. I mean, I was making $100 a night for sure. But I can go home with $100 plus another 150 in tips.
Wow.
You know, but it depends on how big your band was, and mostly it was just a four-piece group. So I wanted to live in New Orleans. That's how much I liked it. It wasn't as nice as Las Vegas, but I just love that atmosphere that they have down in New Orleans. You know,
what actually inspired you to start playing music?
That's a good question. I'm proud of this in a way. I'll tell you what I'm not proud of. My brother, God rest his soul, he's passed away now, but he's the one that started me to learn to play. He wanted someone to play harmony notes with him. So, he happened to be able to get another saxophone and start teaching me how to play. And when I didn't play the right notes, I got hit in the back of the head. My mother didn't know that, but that was, how brothers, how you guys are. What do you mean you didn't,
You're hitting the wrong notes.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's kind of normal then.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
That's a normal
I
thing.
got tired of getting knocked around. So I learned. And it's, I wanted to play football because I love football, but at 77, I'm still playing. If I was at 77, I couldn't play football.
Yeah.
What is it? What's the lifespan of a football player on the field? 3 years, maybe 4 or 5.
5, 6, maybe
Yeah.
if you're lucky enough.
Depending upon if you're the quarterback,
you get
maybe, or
hit,
the
yeah.
kicker. Yeah.
Yeah, because
they
you get hit a lot, so
they
it's
get
a
hit
lot
a
of
lot.
contact,
Oh yeah.
physical.
Oh yeah.
Every play, those guys, they like destroy each other.
I know, but that's so
insane.
much fun, man. It's like going to war. You could do it and not have to worry about getting sued or going to jail.
Yeah, yeah.
But football back in the 60s is different than it is today. I mean, I don't know. Do you watch football?
We're starting to watch, yes.
Yeah. I don't know how I saw rugby on the
Olympic game.
in Olympics. I'd love to see more of that.
Right,
I
they
was
should
actually,
make
when we were cutting here, we had the Olympics on all day.
Yeah.
So the first thing in the morning, over there, it's like 6 hours ahead. They had rugby. And I was like, let me sit down and watch and see how actually the sport is. So when I was watching, I'm like, okay, this is kind of interesting and different compared to football, what I know about football. I'm
Sure.
like, okay, there's a lot of rules that are different. And it's fun. It looks fun.
It does look fun.
It looks fun because
Is
the
it-
play never stops. That's what I like. It takes longer to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Now in football, you start and then bam. No.
I wish I could. I saw part of it, but I never saw the whole game. I wish I could see wish there was a way I can get on television and pull up.
And have it, yeah.
Yeah, unless I guess I could go to YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and YouTube. Everything's on YouTube.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Even us, we're on YouTube right now.
So which one is your favorite team in football?
Hey, I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. My favorite team is the Steelers.
Okay.
I don't care if I live down here for the next 50 years. I will never, ever not be a Steeler fan.
There you go.
And I can remember being forced to watch Dallas Cowboys. Oh, I used to hate that.
I hate those Cowboys.
America's team? Who told them that?
One star team,
Huh? Yeah.
one low rating,
Yeah.
1 star.
Yeah. Give me a break. But then again, then there's Cleveland, the
Browns.
Cleveland Browns. Poor guys. I mean, they're doing good now, but
They're
how many years have they've been a losing team? That must be very hard to support a team that's constantly losing. But yeah, I think I'd like to see more about rugby. I don't know enough about rugby, and I don't know anything about what's that soccer.
Soccer.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but it looks pretty interesting too. That's,
It does. Sometimes, there are some other sports that we don't normally see, and that's why I like the Olympics, because you get to see those sports that you normally don't see every day, and
Well,
it's fun.
that surprises me because for some reason I thought that you guys might be watching more soccer and rugby than we do here in the States.
Actually, surprisingly, no. Well, we actually like baseball. We do
Well, I
watch a
know
lot
that.
of baseball.
I know. I seen you. I think it was one of you guys with your wife or girlfriend was at a baseball game. I seen it on YouTube.
When we every time we all go together
Oh,
as a family,
okay.
and we spend time in
Well,
the
I
baseball
seen that.
park.
So look, that's them guys, man. They're goofing off.
And
man.
we play Sundays.
Oh, do you?
Sunday league.
Here?
Yeah, here in Naples.
Oh, really? Where?
So, Freshman, you got Eagle Lake, East
Veteran
Naples,
Park.
Veteran Park.
What time?
Usually used to be 10 a.m., sometimes 1 p.m., but mostly it was in the morning. So.
Okay, but you don't do it now. So
No. The regular season haven't started yet.
Okay.
We're still waiting.
Well, maybe if you can remember, let me know where it's at and what time. I would love to come see you guys.
Yeah, and you can play as saxophone there. That
Between
walk.
I get
walk between
I get hit with tomatoes and everything. Yeah.
Walk up, son.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. Is it hard to read, music?
It wasn't.
Tones?
It wasn't when I was younger. I used to play in the high school band, and one of the guys in the band I was playing with ended up playing for Prince. But when I graduated, the people I backed up, they didn't have the money to afford charts, sheet music. So a lot of times the only thing they would give you is the music for the rhythm section, bass, drums, and guitar. And everything else that you would have to learn off the recording. Or when you get to the rehearsal, they would tell you at rehearsal, play this way or that, and that's how you did it. So as a result, I haven't had to read charts since 1965. All the time I've been playing with other people, I wasn't playing behind Frank Sinatra or Celine Dion or anything like that. They have charts for all their stuff. And, there are some not local, but there's some oldie bands I used to play with, like Little Anthony and Imperials. He has charts, full charts, but most of the bands I played with didn't have charts. They just
you just play along.
Learn the CD, and learn how to make your own charts up, which is what I did, and do the gig. That's how they did it. I can remember one person. I forget the name of the group now, but there was a man and a woman. They had all the songs on a napkin, and told us, this is what you got. Just play every song in this key and this chord progression. I don't know how tacky that could be. It's so unprofessional. Holy moly! But I was young and dumb and didn't know much then, so I kept my mouth shut. If it was to happen now, I would tell them, "Hey, no. I'm not playing this."
Because interesting is, when I was in high school, I took a few classes of guitar and piano.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and right now, if you put me a piano or guitar, I would be like totally lost because I don't practice every day no more.
Yeah.
But before, when I was a young kid in high school, I used to like it, and I want to learn how to read notes of music.
Yeah, sure.
And it was so impressed. I was impressed with the teacher, because the teacher, all of a sudden, whatever notes you give him, a sheet of paper with all those lines, he just go there and start playing it.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I wish one day I could, just read it like if you would read a book.
Yeah. That's called sight reading.
Yeah. And I was like, he don't know what to, play on the piano, but all of a sudden he just bring in a new sheet, or you can print it out and just, play this, and you just go beep, 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 beep. And like, wow, that's very interesting.
That's an art form in itself. I've learned to appreciate, since I've been doing this since 63, I think is when I started. I didn't think that, country and western was that hot, but I came to like it. I didn't think that guys who played, like the Rolling Stones who play rock and roll, to me it sounded like chaos. Well, now I know better. I find that it's like organized chaos. Yeah, it's chaos, but they know where they're going, what they're doing. So, and like any other kind of art form, you shouldn't put it down till you had a chance to investigate a little bit and see what all goes into making it happen. Reading music is like everything else. If you don't use it, you'll lose it. Mm-hmm. And I used to be a better reader than I am now, and my eyes aren't what they used to be. So, because you saw me with glasses on when I first came in.
Yes.
But you'll never ever see me on stage with glasses, and because of that, I can't read the sheet music anymore. The one thing that I learned way back in the day is that if you're going to do a performance, look like an entertainer, act like an entertainer, dress like an entertainer, and play like one. So I always tell people the show starts when you come out of your house. When you get in that car, make sure the car's clean and sharp. Make sure you're clean and sharp. Make sure your instrument, well, it doesn't have to be clean and sharp because my instrument looks like crap. But play it like it's clean and sharp.
Awesome. And what will you recommend those young kids that they're learning music, they want to play an instrument? What will you recommend them to, follow through? Some tips you want to give them? What helped you when you were growing up?
Yes, I tell any kid, not just any kid, even an adult. I have a friend in Pittsburgh who was 45 years old who learned to play the organ. And now, in 10 years, 15 years in time, because he put a lot of time learning it, is now playing in nightclubs himself.
Oh wow.
So it all depends upon how much time you want to put in on it. Nothing worthwhile comes easy. You know, there were some people who were very talented. You know, they could
Pick it fast.
pick it up and learn real fast. But for most of us, no, it's a labor of love. You have to have it, and for the most part, just like with professional sports, everybody's not going to be a famous entertainer. So, you know, most of us are just playing in bars and clubs and casinos and things like that, and very few of us will ever become a national recording artist. And nowadays, national recording artists may last a year, then they're gone. You don't see them, don't hear them anymore.
Right.
But back when I was younger, I mean, you had guys around like I said, Frank Sinatra and currently Patti LaBelle and people like that. You know, Gladys Knight. They're still around because, you know, they really put the time in and learn their craft. They do more than just the R&B stuff that they've been known for. They sing in jazz and blues and everything else. You got to be able to do that.
What about Kenny G?
I like him, but I'm not real big fan of his. You know, I like his stuff and you know, his music. You know, but something about that soprano saxophone of his, it's just doesn't. It's not like Grover Washington. Grover Washington, I thought, was fantastic on the soprano. But we all have our taste. I bet you I can name a few baseball players that I think are great, and you would sit there and say,
that is true. That is true.
I don't think so. Yeah.
That is true. R&B I do like a lot, especially the 2008, 2009 when I was growing up in middle school. Those type of music, Akon, those artists that they were doing R&B, rap, and I used to love those music. Now these days, it gone to a different path that I don't really enjoy no more.
I understand that because I tell people, you know, with kids, I said, I bet you 10 to 1 when that kid of yours gets to be 50. He's not going to be want to listen to rap and say, baby, come on, sit down by the fireplace with me. They're playing our song. No, they're going to want to go, you know, get some Johnny Mathis. Chances are, cause I wear you know, something romantic. You can't be romantic when you're just sitting there going, pop, you know. No.
Younger kids now, they like a lot of stuff.
That's fine,
yes.
you know. But I mean, I think that's the reason why I love trying to play jazz or R&B is because a lot of the stuff that I listened to back in the day and even today has a message. You know, either you're begging for love or you're crying about the love that you had or something. But I can't understand what they're saying half the time in rap.
Yeah.
And I know
that is
rap,
true.
Huh?
It is true. It is true what you're saying. And that's what I've noticed too. Before songs, my dad era, my mom era, their songs, if you listen to them, they might not be for us, not be too like, you know, the beat, you know, the quality of it. Because now, you know, you got better technology, better microphone, all, you know, this, you know, this fancy stuff in the computers that you can normally do. Back then, the way they sing, they have a nice voice, beautiful voice. You know, they don't need no auto-tune for that, like they use now. And the lyrics, the story behind the song, it was makes
That's the word.
Yeah,
story behind the song.
story. You actually sit down and you can picture all this movie in your head while you listen to the song.
That's me, man.
Now these days, forget about it.
I hear you. I'll take these earphones like this and go home and sit down beside my record player or my CD player, close my eyes and someplace else. Especially if it's Latin rhythm like Girl from Ipanema or the rhythm of it all. You know, and I forget which one of you guys is older.
I'm older.
Peter's older.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so you beat him up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah, okay. Great. No, I'm happy that you invited me here, and I'm happy to get a chance to tell some of the younger people out there, you know, about what I'm doing and how the world really is, and let them know that, you know, even if you don't make any real money at it, it's just fun just to be able to express yourself in some art form, you know, or whether, I don't know what you guys are into individually, but if you can express yourself in something, then, you know, go for it. You don't have to be making a lot of money. Just do it on the weekends or do it at night or something. Or just go in your own basement just by yourself and play. The way they have things going on today, you can buy music without a saxophone part or without a trumpet part, and you can add it yourself and get all kind of experience.
And maybe next time you can come in next time, and we can you can play live for us.
No
and
complain
for
de
them.
English, senor. No complain de English.
And they can if they want to comment in the comment section below, you let us know what your favorite music to listen to and what you really like about music and why, and we're definitely going to read those comments in the comment section below.
So thank you for inviting me.
Well, thank you very
You're
much for
welcome.
coming in today and being part of the Kaught Talking Show. We're definitely happy to have you here for sure, and the people watching, they're definitely more into music now, I hope, and thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed, you can go ahead and subscribe. If you like our content, like it and share it. Help us out, grow the channel too. And visit your website or Facebook or Instagram.
Well, my website is www.southsidejerry.com. And, of course, the YouTube is just plain Jerry. Not
Jerry.
YouTube, but I mean Facebook.
Facebook,
Just Jerry.
Jerry.
JerryMellix is an X-ray.
There you go.
X-ray.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. I hope you liked the show today, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.